I have to read this stuff.
Ready?
Not yet.
Go.
Okay. So, question number 5 of the day 4 homework asks us to write and solve the equation that represents this model. We've got an x, and an 11 are the same size as the 52. So we can write that those two x's and 11 are equal to 52. So x plus 11 equals 52. And we can combine our two x's, and that makes 2x plus 11 equals 52. And it asks us in the question to solve the equation. So we're going to solve for our variable. And the first step to solving for our variable is to get rid of the 11. So if I subtract 11 from the left side, I've got to subtract 11 from the right side. So I get 2x on the right now. Those have canceled each other out. Equals 52 minus 11, which gives me 41. And then I'm still trying to get x by itself, so I divide by 2. And x, because those two canceled, equals half of 41, which is 20.5. Okay? And then if I had these labeled 20.5 plus 11 gives me 52, so it actually checks. Okay? And that was number 5.
Pause the video.
Okay, number 6, it says, due to the bad weather, the price of a pound of oranges is expected to increase by 124%. If a pound of oranges now costs $3.80, what will be the new cost? Okay? We might have to pause this. Because 80 cents and then the new cost is going to be. Okay, I got it. I had to think about it.
Well, I paused it, then unpaused it, but it's unpaused right now.
Okay, we can unpause it.
And the minute she's like,
Okay, we're going to solve this by using a proportion of the new price to the old price. The old price is what it is now, $3.80. That's 100% of the cost. And we're expecting it to increase by 124%. So we can put 124 up there, and the new cost will be revealed to us if we cross multiply and divide. So 100 times x is equal to 124 times 380. Come out to the side and multiply that. 2.8. 8 times 4 is 32.
why do you not add the other 0?
And because it doesn't make a difference in the value when you do that. And put a 0 placeholder. The marker's not working very good. 11, 3, 2, 11, and 17, 4. And move the decimal over 1, 2 places. Oh wait, just 1 place, because that was not a decimal. So 471.2, and to get rid of the 100 with the x, I'm going to divide both sides by 100. And when you divide by 100, that makes that decimal bump over 2 more times, so it's actually going to be a new price of $4 and what's in the hundreds place? 1. Do you need to round it up? Did you just put that out?
It slipped.
Sure did.
So the old price, or the price that it is now, is 100% of the cost. It's $3.80. The new price, or 124% of the cost, is going to be $4.71. I'm
Go.
going to read question number 7
Yes.
of our homework.
Mr. Alonso has a recipe that needs 1 teaspoon of sugar every 2 cups of flour. If he increases the amount of flour to 3 cups of flour, how many teaspoons of sugar are needed?
Okay, so what I did is I set up a proportion where we have teaspoons and teaspoons on top and cups on the bottom. Well, I said that for every 1 teaspoon
It'd be
of
1 cup of sugar.
what
Would
was
be
it?
2 cups of flour.
Okay, for every 1 teaspoon of sugar, he needed 2 cups of flour. And the question is, how many teaspoons of sugar
Is
would he
needed
need
for 3
for 3 cups of flour? So we can set this one up as a proportion like this, cross multiply and divide it.
But
What's your
can't
question?
we also set it up as like y inner spoke box plot?
Not that I know of. Okay. 3 divided by 2 is 1.5, or we could have left it as 3 halves, or we could say 1 1/2. But 1.5 teaspoons of sugar is the amount of sugar that we would need for 3 cups if we wanted to keep our ratio the same. Moving on to number 8. Read us number 8, please.
What is the difference between the simple and compound interest if you invested a principal of $500 for 2 years at a rate of 3%?
Okay, so we've got the different parts of the formulas that we're going to need. We have a principal of $500, we have amount of time of 2 years, and a rate of 3%. You have to change that rate to a decimal, so I bump that decimal over 2 places, 1, 2, and I get 0.03. And now we're going to compare the compound interest versus the simple interest of those two. So we need from our math chart our formula for compound interest.
Compound interest is A equals P 1 plus R T.
Right? Okay. What about the simple interest formula?
It would be I equals P R T.
Okay. Interest is equal to principal and the rate and the time. Okay. So these are going to give us 2 different things. This is going to give us the amount in the account after the period of 2 years, and this is just going to give us the interest. So we're going to have to subtract the principal from the compound interest to get just the interest on that one. So let's plug in our numbers and see what we get. So P was how much?
P was 500.
500. And then 1 plus the rate. How much is the rate?
1.3.
What is the rate again?
3%.
Okay, what is it as a decimal?
0.03.
0.03. Okay? And then we're going to put that to the T power, which means to the what power?
To the time power.
Okay, and how many years is the time in this?
2 years.
2 years. Okay, so we've got 1 plus 0.03. If we follow PEMDAS, we got to do what's inside of the parentheses first. So we're going to add those two, 1.03,
Equals,
and then bring down the 500. And then we're going to do our exponent next.
time 10.
So 1.03 times 1.03 times 500. Because to the second power means to
Multiplied by itself.
multiply it by itself, right? So, we're going to come out here to the side and work it out. 1.03 times 1.03 is 903, 0 placeholder, 1, 2, 3, 0, 0 placeholder, 3, 0, 1. Add it all up, you get 9, 0, 6, 0, 1, and bump the decimal over 1, 2, 3, 4 places. 1, 2, 3, 4 places. So 500 times now 1.0609.
Are you sure that's the right answer?
Yeah. So,
That's
I'll
not
erase
right.
this work. We have some space in our pen
What was the
pads.
answer?
And this right here, 1.0609. And rewrite that. I'm multiplying that times 500. Drop the 2 zeros. 5 times 9 is 45. 4, 30, 3, and 5. And our decimal gets bumped over 4 times again. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay? So the amount in the account after 2 years for compound interest is going to be $530.45. Okay? The amount of interest, if I subtract the $500,
500. You would get
the amount of interest is $30.45.
and 45 cents.
Now, that's the compound interest that's earned. The simple interest that's earned is multiplying 500, the principal, times the rate, which
Times
is
the time.
0.03, times the time, which was 2. Okay? So now the multiplication that we're going to do is 2 times 0.03 times 500. So 0.03 times 2 gives us 0.06. We're multiplying that times 500. 0.06 times 500. 0, 5 times 6 is 30. And that's what you get. You're going to bump the decimal over 2 places, so you get $30.
$30.
So the answer to the simple interest is $30. Okay? So our compound interest was $30.45. Our simple interest was $30. And the original question was, what's the difference between compound interest and simple interest? So difference means
Subtract.
subtract. So we're going to subtract $30.45 minus
45.
$30. The difference is a whopping
45
cents.
cents.
Okay, and that's the answer to number 8.